This is,
by the way,
this is Min's first tourney, and then Algebra follows it up with, fun fact, this is Min's first year on Earth. So that's great. They're in here now. Getting started here. Another first to 11.
Yep. Yeah, judging by the TETR.IO lobby comments, I do not believe Min is going into this match incredibly confident, unfortunately, but there's definitely a lot of all-spin orientation that I'm seeing from Min's play. And, you know, I don't really see what Min's main concern is, looking at the amount of damage that's been flying out of this board. There's not really much to be concerned about, I would say. This looks pretty strong for a given top 8.
I like how you just say that they're not seeming very confident from what they put in chat, but what they put in chat is "I'm cooked, TBH."
Yeah, I would say it's not confident.
I'm cooked.
In a different way of phrasing it.
Live reaction from Min. All right, Vex with. They get the C-spin set up. A little awkward, but they got it.
Yep. Oh, that's not a nice placement of the eyepiece. Did have a decent bit of surge sent up, though, to kind of hold off any immediate onslaught of garbage, which was pretty convenient in that moment in time.
Both players trying to build up that back-to-back. Vex with the slight advantage right now, but Min is definitely keeping up with the pace that Vex is building that back-to-back. The -19 on Min's board after they break, and their board is in an awful spot. Vex notices that. Is it all tied up at 1?
Yeah, and again, just kind of having all the cards in your side of the deck. There's not really too much more to say other than just, again, general board awareness is what's gonna. Oh, all right, little boomerang. Was it a boomerang? Because it kept back to back.
It was an L spin triple off of a misdrop. It was really cool. I liked it, but this isn't looking good for Vex right now as the -10 is on the board and Min is just continuing to build up that back-to-back. Vex getting a better handle on their board, though.
Wow! Vex found a little bit of shapey shape. Unfortunately, had a misdrop underneath it, so that surge is... the surge building is kind of for naught, unfortunately. And Min, with a kind of one attack per piece round themselves, able to grab another round.
We're seeing similar openers from both sides.
Yep, SDPC from Min, and I believe SDPC spin from Vexsery for the most parts. Although Min, I think, is generally kind of building like a 7-2 or 6-3 on top of SDPC. Not really going for the PC.
Right. Makes sense in this rule set. Vex with a 17 spike is going to deliver some messy garbage to Min's side, and then the misdrop from Vex is going to leave their board not in the best state. That garbage is looking a little messy, but Vex getting through it. Not before Min sends another, but...
Oh!
Oh, the misdrop.
Yeah, I think the S was one column off, and it just led to the chain reaction of things catching on the right side, leading to the top out. But one thing I will point out as well is Min is sending a lot of these smaller surges, and although it's not kind of conveniently, like, immediately ending a round, I think Min's done a pretty solid job at sending a lot of cheesy garbage, although as soon as I'm calling this out, we're seeing a giant surge get built up. So, you know, I'm not sure. Maybe Min's just good at adaptation. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we're going to see Min up at the top as Vex is continuing to build up the back-to-back. The -8 appears on Min's board as they misdrop that J piece, and now they're going to have to try to get something going while Vex is just continuing to build up the back-to-back. Vex's board not looking great, and they are forced to break. We end up
That was such a good decision to I-spin from Min way earlier in the round. Had such better continuations. And, oh no! I wanted it to end up in a win, but no, unfortunately that right side is not going to get cleared up in time. Vexsery with the surge timing is going to take the round.
A little bit of a slow start, a little bit of an awkward start. Not quite sure what's going on there. Maybe both players just got a little tired and their hands need to take a break, but Vex is building up the 6-3 stack with the 6-3 garbage in their favor, and that is just such a quick 10 back-to-back for Vex, as Min is already having to deal with the minus on the board. Vex with a 37 spike, and it needed even more follow-up after the 37 spike to find the... Wow.
Yeah, that garbage queue was empty by the time Min topped out. Every bit of garbage that was sent was necessary to earn the top out. All right, TD, although we opt for some all-spin continuations on Vexsery's side. Got a little bit of the mech heart shape as well from Min. Min having a pretty solid spike and then launch a surge on top, but has a misdrop, which very unfortunately cuts off a lot of options, triggers another misdrop due to the stress of the situation, and Vexsery grabs another.
MKO. T-spin from Vex.
Yep, lovely well transition there. Min, unfortunate, another misdrop.
But still forces Vex to break, which is huge for Min. Vex breaking again, and it looks like Min is going to have the opportunity to be on the back-to-back advantage for just a little bit. But Vex, knowing those all spins, is going to try to
had to double check on that eye spin. I don't... Never going to blame anyone for double checking an eye spin. All right, the lead stays within 2 right now. Neither player's made it to 6 wins yet for the halfway point. And the upward-facing all-spin from Min.
The eye spins are just so funny to me.
How are they
Vex?
Like, I don't know how you find this many all-spins without the board getting a little bit taller. Like, that just doesn't make sense. Because that board was moving nowhere, and that surge just, like, spawned at 10.
Vex's eye spins this round are just truly something. I'm glad they're finding them and not having the same issues with them, because they are very, very cool continuations. And Min with the 35 spike does not force Vex to break. Vex breaks, and things are going to be relatively even. Min on the down stack, and was that a misdrop from Min? Not quite sure, but they have some clean wells ahead of them, and Vex is not quite able to build up that back-to-back. A lot of combos, a lot of skimming going back and forth between these 2 players right now, and just now they're going to start building that back-to-back yet again. The smaller break with the 19 spike from Vex.
Interestingly enough, Vex was having a little bit of a slower round this time around. Min was kind of performing speed control in that. And I think ultimately the fact that Vexsery, like, was able to hold in for a pretty long time, but just wasn't able to kind of get to the max speed that they were hoping for, is probably what gave Min a little bit of that advantage for most of the round.
Vex with the early break. Min is looking like they're going to have to break as well, not really able to build that up.
Nope, has got the board down. Does break Surge with the incoming attack. But just as quickly, able to still build up Surge, gets a mini multiplier on the side for the quad.
Vex breaks with the 25 spike. Min also forced to break and forced to accept a lot of messy garbage, but the combo downstack comes through from Min. Unfortunately, that mostly goes to canceling as Vex is sitting at the bottom of the board with a very clean setup, all self-made stack, and that misdrop. Okay, that's not a misdrop. That was Min not able to kick the T-piece over the top.
Yep, so Vexsery grabs game 6, halfway to the first to 11. We're a little bit ahead of that. And Vexsery also did, like, later that previous round, like, had a really strong spike just in and of itself. Wasn't able to necessarily get the extra credit to immediately earn the round, but just having just, like, slightly behind on that timer still put Min in such a strong disadvantage that taking the round a little bit later was not too much more for to ask out of Vexsery.
Vex with a quick break to try to get down into that messy garbage. Some nice all spins, but that is going to give Min the opportunity to build up the back-to-back. Min's Sens doesn't really find its way to Vex's board, so the garbage isn't too messy for Vex, setting up the STSD. Min with a very clean center well right now is going to try to get some attack out of it, but misdrops the J-piece. It is nice that that has a resolution that works out and keeps back-to-back. And now Min at the back-to-back advantage. The spike comes out from Vex. Min forced to break, has an 11 spike, and both players just trying to downstack their boards into an okay spot.
It was like a perfect sequence of eyepieces for Min's board.
Ooh!
Oh, Vexsery launches, but Min has enough to stay alive. is able to keep Surge, breaks the smaller Surge to get the extra like 4 or 5 lines, and that extra bit of damage was enough extra pressure to hold off Vexery's onslaught and take the round.
And
really strong reversal out of Min that round.
Well fought round, and a hard fought round for Min there. It is just so tough for Min to find these points. Vex is not making it easy for them right now.
What are these? Were these intentional openers, or were there both misdrops that I just like half missed?
There was some misdropping. I don't know how much there was, but there was some misdrop action. The 29 spike from Min forces Vex to break, but the immediate misdrop, and it's a chain misdrop too.
Yep. The SZT over the well is unfortunately not going to be in Min's best interest. Nope, double eyepiece for a very quick spike. And sometimes you forget that, with the Tetra being uncapped handling, that, everything is fast, but when you only have to press 2 buttons as opposed to like 4 for a given piece to send garbage, that spike can quite literally come at you twice as fast.
So true. Min staying in this.
I like there's still like a little bit of wiggle room for Vexsery. Like there hasn't really come within like a tie as of recent, but that lead has not really exceeded 2 or 3 for I believe the entirety of the set.
The 23 spike comes out and misdrops over on Min's side. That's a good fix, but it does slow them down, and it gives Vex the opportunity to build up the back-to-back. The 12 gets sent, and Min still at the bottom of the board. Seems fine for now.
Oh, but Vex is still just building up this surge, and Min is not able to get the board down to a comfortable spot where all spins are a little bit more preferred. Finally, some little bit of breathing room, but by the time that's there, so I think that's almost a 30 spike there from Vexsery. Gonna take it to 9 games to Min 6. Ooh, really good use of the all spin from Min right now. Doesn't even get to the garbage. Oh, but there's the 1-2 punch. We're on match point. Vexsery looking to book a spot into top 6. Winner of this match is going to be playing against Turtle to advance into top 4 potentially.
Mech Heart setup from Min as Vex is plonking a little bit here with the C-spin setup.
Oh, and really great, I don't want to say overhangless, but one of the more open overhangs that you could do on that setup.
That is an unfortunate misdrop from Min. That does end the set. Vex will be your winner. And I mean, I guess they kind of ran away with it at the end. You pointed out that it was close for a while, but we end 11-6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry. Unfortunately, as I called that, lead has not exceeded 2 or 3 points, and then Vexsery wins everything until the set is now 11-6 as the final results. Although, again, I think that extra momentum is going to be absolutely necessary for Vexsery's next match against Turtle. Turtle is not a player that gets upset easily.